Everybody, Guy Gun here, and I'm testing out the new test range. Actually, this is my first time on it. I prefer to just get the game and jump into multiplayer, but now I want to try out a few things. So here I am in the test range, and I'm going to be looking at the Scar H, which has kind of turned out to be my baby here in the assault rifle category for Battlefield 4. And I usually run it with just a one-time zoom. Normally would be the RDS, but with the hollow being a one-time zoom as well, I can drop that on there. I still like the Cobra. But either way, there's one-time sight is all I need. I do have a stubby grip on there, and I find the stubby grip is a good middle ground, as they say in the description, for a kind of grip. And because I don't really put anything on the barrel, I just go with a laser sight, and I don't even actually equip anything other than the standard barrel. Alright, so here I'm on the test range, and the first thing I'm going to test out is the aim assist. Now look at this. See it just jump over towards a target. There's these two targets right in front of me, and I'm just trying to place this laser sight in between them to see how the gun reacts. And you can see that it pretty much jumps towards the target, and it is very strong. And I'm not sure why DICE did this, because they got a lot of flack in Battlefield 3 when that patch came up on close quarters that jumped up the aim assist. They made it a lot stronger, and people got really angry. But here's why I like the Scar H, is because it's super accurate. Here we go. Bump. Bump. Yeah, I hit the target. Hit it again. Yeah, that is awesome. I love using this thing at range. So I'm gonna have to suicide to redeploy. Ridiculous. So let's take it for a spin with my preferred setup, and you can see I'm spawning across the way there, and I'm taking these shots. And I love how accurate it is. Yeah, I haven't put any kind of compensator on it because I don't want to ruin that accuracy. It works really good when you just tap and burst fire there, and you can see I down guys pretty quickly. And I actually really enjoy this gun. Now, it's similar to the G3A3 in Battlefield 3 with that extra damage, but unfortunately I never got around to unlocking the G3A3 early in Battlefield 3's life. And I kind of regret it, because once I actually got it and started using it in a variety of situations, I really liked it. And I've decided that I'm not going to make that mistake, so to speak, on Battlefield 4. I'm going to use this heavy hitter right from the start, and I'm glad I have, because it's turned out to be my favorite assault rifle so far. And I haven't really felt the need to use most of the other ones. I've unlocked them, but I've just stuck with this one, and I've actually finished mastering it. I've got all the unlocks. That was bad. I've got all the battle pack unlocks, and I've got the mastery dog tags. So I will have to retire this in favor of something else. But I really enjoyed how it performed. And that guy killed me, but I had like no bullets left, so it's all good. So back on the test range, and I'm still playing around with this, and I'm thinking, it's really accurate, it's got all that range, it can hit pretty hard. Why not I put a much larger scope on it, more magnification, and I can see my opponents in the distance better. Now, I guess I'll have to go to these medium range, and I'll put down the Prisma here, because I have not tried it out yet. You can see I haven't unlocked everything here, but this is the footage is pretty old now. What about canted irons? Because I still got to be able to deal in close combat situations. So yeah, I'll put these canted irons on. And while I do that, I should talk about how to properly use them. Now, it is map specific, and it's also situational. So here I am. We are just starting this attack here, and I'm pushing up, and the distances are really long. So I'm going to use my magnified scope. But you can see this. I see this guy, and I switch to canted because he's pretty close, and I think that if I bring up this big zoom that takes up most of the screen, I could lose him. So now that I know I'm playing in these narrower angles, distances, I'm going to stay with canted. And here I am with the canted, and I'm going to look in their spawn, and canted's not what way to go. Switch back, and there you go. I can see in the spawn easily. Now I think the best way to use canted irons and magnified scopes is to always have the canted as a default, because if you get surprised by somebody coming around a corner, and this is actually me trying to come to terms with the ADS on the canted, because I don't know if you know this, but it appears that ADS on just irons is faster than one time. So you can see I kind of jerk around, and that's because I'm not used to the speed with the irons, and they move really quickly. Now I was saying that it's all situational, but also by default you should probably have canted on in most situations, just because if you get surprised, you want to be able to hit the guy. You don't want to lose him when you bring up your scope. And now I've got my scope on because I'm out here. I'm going to pop this guy, And I don't normally like the zooms because I think, you know, if you get a, say, a 3 times or four times magnification on your scope, your barrel appears to jump 4 times more than you're used to, especially when you put on these large zoom scopes. You'll see it just pop all over the place. And so I did, and now I'm still experimenting with this gun. Canted might not be the way to go for me because I kind of like to use it at all ranges, and I don't want to you know, handicap myself in certain situations. So here I'm going to use this, but I'm actually trying out the suppressor. I'm back to the one-time scope, but this time it's a suppressor. Oh wow, I got double sniped. Watch out, everybody. We got 2 snipers over here. So yeah, I think my setup for the next little while I play around with this gun was just to use a suppressor, because in Battlefield 4 you do not get penalized damage at range with a suppressor. The damage will be the same. Bullet velocity has changed, so it's going to be harder to hit targets at range. But if you got a suppressor, it would be a good idea to actually move up on people, and look at these guys line up for me. Oh, that was awesome. Multi-kill. Oh, and I unlocked the very last assault rifle. You know, I'm going to have to try some of these ones out, which disappoints me because I have come to love this baby, the Scar H.